Instructions for the effective burning of shitters. The Marine will need the following: 1 metal fence post, 1 pair of welder's gloves, 5 gallons of diesel fuel, and 1 box of matches.
All right. Well, a little issue of the way we had to go through the replacement centers when we first got in country. Brand new, don't know nothing's going on, but nothing. 90th replacement center is the one I came through, and they keep the guys 2 weeks, 3 weeks to do details of all kind. KP duty, guard duty, you name it. And one of the worst ones was, if it's okay to swear, it's shit burning detail. On all the bases, the shit from the outhouses had to be burned. So many of the brand new guys would come in, when they were put on details, that was one of the worst ones, but they had to do it. And most of us on the flight crews didn't have to. We had to perform other details, but we didn't have to burn shit. And several of those that were burning shit were ones that were under either an Article 15 or they were under a court-martial, and they were given the rough duties. So yeah, every base had to have that stuff done. It was black smoke, and the fragrance, the odor, carried whichever way the wind went. And everybody, wherever you were, even down on the flight line, if the wind came by you, we all knew, okay, somebody's burning shit. Then you could see the black smoke from there or wherever they were doing it, but you knew it was being done. How could you tell it was human shit being burned, or if it wasn't a rocket came in and exploded and hit something? When you was burning a shit, if you had a ton of cans and you lit them all up, yeah, you'd let off enough smoke to anybody somewhere else on the base would see that. They'd go, wow, I wonder if that's a rocket or a mortar. If you didn't put enough gasoline in it to get it started, to get the diesel fuel going, well, then it was a light smoke. Once the diesel fuel caught on and the human crap started burning, then you got some thick black smoke. Then you could start telling the difference. After you was over there for a while, and this became normal, when you saw those plumes of dark, or even in a lighter manner, you never thought twice about it. So going into the end of my first week, this perfect image of a mean old sergeant picks me out and says, I got a special detail for you. I goes, what do you got? He says, burning shit. I said, what are you talking about? Well, how do I do that? The outhouses. He says, you got to pull those cans out from underneath the back of them. You have to take this gasoline can, this long pole, and a hook. Lift the door, pull them out, pour a little gas in there, light them up. That was one of the worst details. Stinking, smelly, human shit. So he showed me the 3 he wanted me to do, and I know right here and now, the Army did spend $500,000 or more on me, all about helicopters, and you want me to burn shit. Well, this ain't gonna work, and I'm gonna find a way to get out of this. And I don't care what the penalty. What if I have to lose? What are you gonna do? Send me to Vietnam? He gets me to the first one. We open it up. He goes, okay, pour the gas. La la la. I poured the gas, and I started to burn it. Then you have to use the long pole to stir it. I goes, no, that was the funny part. You had to stir it because the globs of shit, toilet paper, and whatever else was down there smothers the fire. In the liquid is some diesel fuel and some chemicals. Then you add gas to get the diesel fuel burning so it will burn all the waste away. He gets me going and he walks off, and I'm standing there with that pole like a farmer on a field, and I'm watching him walk away, and I thought, no, this ain't for me. I'm not going to do this. I pushed the cans a little bit closer. took the gasoline and sprayed it up on these brand new built 3 and 2 hole shit houses. After I spread the gasoline, I threw the match and up it went. By the time he saw all this and knew what was going on, he come running. Shit house was already burnt to the ground. What the hell were you doing? And he was chewing me out something terrible. All I could say was, fire got away from me. And up it went. I don't know what more to tell you. So after all that, things calmed down. They put the fire out and he goes, okay, you're going to go over to the second one. You're going to keep this up. I'm going to keep you on this detail until hell freezes over. I went, well, we'll see. Off to the second one. We gets there. He watches me pull the cans out. Next thing I know, 2 MPs are showing up. And they're standing there watching me. So I made it look like, okay, I'm going to start it off. So once they seen I got the fire and the cans going, off they went. As soon as that happened, I pushed those cans back, threw some gas on it, and lit that one up, number 2. Well, here comes the MPs, here comes the sergeant, and a whole bunch of other people, because these outhouses are pretty big, and it's a fire. Well, by then, he grabs me, jerks me, and tells me I'm going before the captain. I tell him, fine, okay. Well, the captain was out, so they threw me in a room, like a holding cell, but it was a room. Next morning, he comes in there telling me, yelling, screaming, like he is going to scare somebody. And he says, the captain wants to see you. I says, okay. Captain gets busy, he turns around, he says, well, okay, we're going to do this another day, but I'm going to take you to the third one, and you better not burn this one over. I says, I'm telling you, give me KP, guard duty, I don't care, but I'm not burning shit. He says, yes, you are. I said, your choice. We goes out, goes to the third outhouse, same story. And he stayed there fairly long. And as soon as he left, I lit the third one on fire. Everybody came, put the fire out into the holding cell. I went again, sat for another whole day. That morning, we went to go see the captain. Captain's got the whole report in front of him in the desk. I come in, I have to stand at attention and just wait for him. Sergeant's standing here and he's got his arms crossed. He's looking at me like, okay, you're going to get it now. You're going to jail. And I'm just standing there at attention. Captain looks up, and before he looks up, as he's reading all this, he goes, oh, no. Like he was laughing, reading a comic book. Sergeant don't know what to say. He looks up and he goes, at ease. Tell me, Mr. Allison, did you do this on purpose? And then he looks at the sergeant and says, you can go. He goes, did you do this on purpose? At first I said, no. He goes, don't lie to me. He goes, I see what this says. What's the problem? I just looked at him and said, Captain, can I speak freely? He goes, yeah, but tell me the truth. And I told him. I told him exactly what I just said now. And in doing so, he smirked and laughed a few more times. I said, look, Captain, the Army just spent 16 to 20 weeks training me for helicopters, over $500,000. And I'm here burning shit. He goes, everybody has to go through this. I said, I didn't come over here to burn shit. And if that's what you're going to have me do, I guarantee you I won't say another outhouse will go up in smoke. I says, Captain, send me to my unit. Right over there is the helipad. Let me grab one of the choppers and go to my unit. That's all I ask. He goes, well, I can't let you go without a discipline. I says, okay, send me to my unit. I'll be flying missions. Isn't that punishment enough? After a few jokes and a few other stories away from it, he goes, get out of here. Calls the sergeant in. Tells the sergeant, get him to his room, get his duffel bag, take him to the helipad, and send him up to his unit. Sergeant blew a gasket. The captain yelled at him where he was snickering and laughing with me, and the sergeant's the one who just wanted to hang me. And with that, I thanked the captain. The captain says, you haven't heard the end of this yet. Discipline's coming. I goes, yes, sir. I'll be up at my unit. Sergeant took me to the barracks. I grabbed my duffel bag, marched me over to the helipad, and waited for one of the choppers that was going up to Long Bend. And with that, never heard from anybody, no way, no how. Sergeant swore that if he ever sees me again, he's going to shoot me. But I never saw him again. And that was about the story and the introduction of going overseas for the first time.